Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. Today I want to talk to you about whether you can make a pathologically narcissistic person happy. Yesterday I did an episode of the show entitled The Narcissist New Relationship, where we discussed about how the narcissist relationships go when they move on. I did that one because many people requested it, and it got me thinking about why people were asking in the first place. There seems to be maybe this idea that if the narcissist finds another person, they're going to magically be happy because that person will somehow be better, or that because the narcissist seems happy in a new relationship, that means the narcissist must have changed. It means neither of those things. What it more than likely means is that the relationship is in the idealization phase where everything is perfect, and the narcissist has not yet discovered that this new person is just as flawed and human as everyone else in the world. Narcissists see reflections of themselves in other people instead of the other person, remember. As long as that person still sees the narcissist as perfect and wonderful, everything's fine. As soon as the narcissist facade cracks, though, and this new person sees what the narcissist really is, that reflection becomes tarnished to the narcissist. The person becomes a negative reflection, a validation of the bad things the narcissist secretly believes about themselves, and the narcissist punishes the person for forcing them to acknowledge these things. It's a prolonged, often endless assault that becomes a vicious cycle. The more terrible things they do to a person, the worse the reflection this person represents becomes. In other words, the more they abuse you, the more they're forced to acknowledge what they believe they really are, which leads to then even more abuse. The other person eventually becomes nothing but a constant reflection and validation of the narcissist's self-hatred. Over time, the narcissist projects all of their own most hated qualities onto this person. The person becomes a stand-in for the narcissist, and they simply abuse themselves by proxy by attacking the person. This is one of the reasons the new partner, or new supply, as they call it, looks so appealing to the narcissist. All you look like is hatred and evil because that's what they see in themselves. A new partner or new supply is not tainted by all that. Yet. It will be. A relationship cannot recover from this kind of thing. It is in fact crippled and essentially over since the very first time the reflection became tarnished, whether the other person realizes that or not. Of course, the narcissist was never in a relationship in the first place. A relationship requires acknowledgement of the other person. There is no relationship with a narcissist. You exist to make their fiction easier for them to believe, and that's it. If you don't do that, chances are the relationship is not going to last. If it does last, it will be miserable indeed. This is why you cannot make a narcissist happy and why it's pointless and even dangerous to try. Aside from the fact that it's not possible to make another person happy, even if it were, they wouldn't allow it. Pathologically narcissistic people are chronically unhappy. Most of them probably don't even have the capacity for true happiness at all. They seem to have no understanding of what it is and likely have never even experienced it. Their idea of happiness is having what they want. They believe happiness is something other people are supposed to give them, rather than something which comes from acceptance and understanding within yourself. The only way they're even able to function with any normalcy at all is that they insist everyone else buy into a fiction that they themselves don't even believe and can't keep up for very long. Their expectations of other people are unfair, selfish, and unrealistic, even impossible. And when people cannot meet them, the narcissist punishes that person mercilessly for letting them down. There is no way to avoid this. As a human being, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody gets tired or sick or has flaws or doesn't know how to do something. Everyone has limitations. Narcissists do not accept that. They also do not accept perfection. If you don't make obvious mistakes, they will try to force you to mess up so they can attack you for your shortcomings. There's no winning with these people. If you're not perfect, they will punish you. If you're too perfect, they will punish you. There's nothing you can do to stop this behavior. This is what they are. They hate everyone for having things they don't have and for reminding them why they hate themselves so much. The recipient of all this hatred is you, or whoever their partner is. Whether they're your parent or your husband or your wife or your sister or your brother, they are a partner. So, if you want to make a narcissist happy, you must give up all your needs. You can never need anything again. You must give up all your desires, goals, and dreams. You can never want anything, have anything, or get anything. You must give up all of your past achievements and any drive you have to achieve anything in the future, or agree to give the narcissist credit for every single thing you do, get, have, or earn. You must give up anything that takes away your attention from the narcissist, including your family, job, hobbies, and friends. You must give up anything that makes the narcissist feel bad, feel rejected, feel abandoned, or feel slighted in any way. You must never stand up for yourself. You must never expect fairness, compassion, consideration, decency, integrity, loyalty, or respect. You must sacrifice yourself with a smile every time you're expected to do so without any thought to your own comfort, safety, or well-being. You have to carry all the narcissist's emotional baggage for them. You must never disagree or have an opinion that's different than the narcissist's opinion. You have to erase your personality and everything that makes you an individual. You have to welcome being ignored until you're needed. You must admit that you are evil, jealous, deceitful, disloyal, cruel, abusive. You must never fail the narcissist in any way, make any mistakes, become sick, get tired, or be a human being. If you don't do all of these things, you will be punished nonstop, or they will be ruined for you to the point that it doesn't matter anymore anyway. The sad thing is, even if you did do all these things to the letter and picture perfect, you'll still be abused. You will still be set up to fail, or you'll be gaslighted into believing that you failed so that you can be punished. This is because it isn't about you or anything you're doing. How can it be when this is somebody who thinks it's okay to completely degrade you and emotionally browbeat you and say the most horrible things in the world to you because you bought the wrong kind of butter or something like that? It's not about you. It's about the narcissist, and it always will be. It doesn't matter how much you do or don't do or how hard you try. If you're not willing to do even more, if you're not willing to be debased, degraded, humiliated, and attacked in order to make the narcissist feel better about themselves and blow off steam, you'll be accused of not loving them enough, and you'll be attacked even worse. There's no way out of that. There's no end to their need and simply no way to successfully deal with a person this broken. It can't be done. They can't even deal with themselves. That's what they need you for. In order to truly accept what the relationship with the narcissist really is, people have to get over not only the belief that somehow it's possible to make another person happy, but also the belief that they somehow failed to do that. Buried in that belief is not just deep insecurity and a need to prove yourself, but also the idea that other people can be controlled by your behavior. This is not the truth, nor is it healthy to believe. The only person you have control over is yourself. Let go of the idea that you can, and worse, that you should, control other people. Other people have their own motivations, and especially in the case of narcissists, those motivations have nothing to do with you. You're not responsible for other people or their happiness, so give yourself a break. Worry about your own happiness for a change. You deserve it. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. You've been listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you and have a wonderful day.